about yesterday's live that kind of just didn't get said. One is that the live got corrupted because of the Wi-Fi and the internet and my phone's internet not connecting for some reason, so that sucks. The live was so loving and so amazing and lovely. I am just so blessed, like to have connection to any of y'all that were there, but also those of y'all that continue to watch and come here. Like, it's really something I couldn't have ever seen coming. I couldn't have seen that I would appreciate like being in this space with all of y'all in the way that I am, but I'm really grateful. I know that like some people create content on here and it's just they drop the content and they go. And I try to sit with the comments. I try to sit with things that people were saying. And one thing that came up when we were talking yesterday was that I was sharing about the first time I ever got an STI. What up, Elizabeth? And so I was sharing about that. And one thing that I regret that I didn't say was that people who come in contact with us and are not testing themselves, a lot of that is not just carelessness, it's also sexual shame, or the shame of knowing. And one thing that came up for me, there's a creator, what up, Mish? There's a creator called Medusa Show Off. I'm obsessed with her content. She is so amazing, but her content is like, I swear, like our brains be sometimes connecting. Because I saw a short that she made where she was talking about, a lot of women are telling younger women to like fuck men for money, but they're not saying get on prep. They're not saying go get tested every 3 months, especially when you're having more than one partner. And those things are important to say, and I failed to say them. Like when I was sharing that I had had an STI before, that I had been sexually active with someone that was not my partner. I was just hooking up with them, and I found out that they had a sexually transmitted infection because I asked them what they were doing that day, and they had revealed that they had gotten a shot for themselves, but they did not tell me, which means they didn't tell the other person that gave it to them, or they may not know who gave it to them. And so once that happened, I was like, oh, I'm never fucking you again. But I have connections with people that have said to me straight up, like, yeah, this person gave me an STI, but as soon as I see their my chart, I'm gonna fuck with them again. And I'm like, hold on, you're the only reason why they know they have an STI. A lot of men don't bother to get tested unless a woman they're fucking says, hey, you gave me something, or hey, I got something from you. And so that's another aspect of this, is like, I do think people should be getting on prep. I will be getting on prep myself. I know some people don't want to talk about certain conversations, and like what I'm trying to talk about is like HIV and AIDS. Like I feel like there's been a lot of stigma around it most recently. And back in the day, people used to say that AIDS was like a gay disease. When, in my honest opinion, what I'm holding is that like a lot of queer people were affected by HIV and AIDS. Like I don't believe that it originates from queer people, but I do believe that queer people were absolutely preyed upon in a medical way, and I do believe that there was a desire to kill and wipe out trans people, queer people, specifically black and brown, queer and trans people. And so with that being said, I saw a comment recently that really fucked me up, where someone was saying, you know, if two straight people are fucking, it's rare that they get AIDS or HIV, that it's only when people are fucking bisexuals or queer people. And I thought that was really fascinating because, again, one thing I'm noticing a lot is the rampant homophobia, biphobia, queerphobia, and what it's doing is it's creating a climate where the people that are and this is not the appropriate term. The appropriate term is people that are unwilling to share their sexuality with us. What people like to use is down low. Unfortunately, because people talk certain ways about queer men, because people say, oh, well, queer men do this, queer men do that, it's to the point where someone says, I can tell a man is gay because his fingernails are clean. I wanna just say that I personally believe most people are queer. If you personally are not queer, brava, cool. But a lot of people are queer, and a lot of men are queer. a lot of men are queer, and they perform straightness, they perform heteronormativity based on what homophobes are saying. So once y'all start saying like, oh, I can tell a man is gay because this, you want to know what they stop doing? That, even though they're still queer, they're they're listening to what you're saying, and they're going to start performing the opposite way. And some people we're making this point that like there are gay men in the hood, and it's so fascinating because people think that the hood is a place where only straight people are, where only like heteronormative people are. There are so many queer people in the hood. There's queer people everywhere. But the conversation about queerness, especially bisexual people and people who are fluid sexually, fluid gender wise, like it is a lot of times rooted in homophobia and trying to stay safe from queer people. But what I want to say is that like a lot of people may not want to hold this. But just like the conversation around like femininity and masculinity is bullshit, and like we're basically fighting over like buying certain shit, wearing certain shit, posing certain ways, doing certain roles in relationships, just like that is all a construct, so is the construct of straightness. Like the idea that like I'm supposed to only want to fuck somebody who got a dick and a certain amount of chromosomes. Like, I really want y'all to think about that. Like, when we are attracted to people, for me at least, I don't really see their genitals as a make or break. I'm like, if I see someone that I think is attractive, that's that on that. But I do know that there are some people that like their attraction is linked to genitals, linked to performance of gender. Like some people are like, oh, I really need a beard. I need my partner to have a beard. Obviously not every man could grow a beard, but I'm sure there are men out there that don't have beards that are still attractive. With that being said, when we expect cis men or people that we see as men to like only want to be with cis women, we're kind of negating the fact that we've all seen a sexy stud. We're kind of like not holding space for the fact that we've all seen like a super femme masculine center person that we thought was beautiful as fuck and gorgeous and ethereal. So, oh, I'm glad you're eating. I'm glad you're having a good meal. Listen, contracting an STI is not something that like I don't want to say it shouldn't scare you. I feel like let's not gatekeep or police our feelings around what could happen to us. I think most of us are afraid of catching something that would impact our life. Well, let's say that. Well, I think a lot of us are worried about getting an STI that we have to tell people about. I feel like for me, getting gonorrhea, I was absolutely like, damn, it's secure though. You know what I mean? I would be real with you, and I know that that's gonna sound how it sounds, but I want to be candid. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna be okay. Like I'm gonna survive this. But I didn't think to myself it could have been anything else. I didn't go there. I didn't go, oh shit, like I wasn't protected at all, even for myself. And so with that being said, like I don't expect everybody to be on the same type of time. But I am hoping that people are thinking about protecting themselves sexually, thinking about going to get tested. There's no shame in getting tested. There's no shame in knowing your status. And even if you do have an STI that is perhaps at this point uncurable, there is still community around that. Like there are so many people with HSV. There are so many people who are dating and still making out and still having a good time. There are a lot of ways to like work with your STI, and I know some people do not want to hear that. I know some people are very disgusted, unfortunately, because it's not just about STI. It's also the context. Like I know where I got my STI. Some people don't. I'm fucking dead. I'm fucking dead. Not a Ferrari. That is so fascinating. Okay. Yeah. Who spread it all around the world? Wait. Listen, the sexual aspects of or the repercussion sexually of having an STI, because it's one of those things where it's like, do I have to tell any of my partners that I've had gonorrhea before? No. Do I? I am. I have been, because I do think that it does ease the pressure on them. Because that's another thing that I'm trying to say. When I started this convo, I was saying there are some homophobic people that are making content and letting people who are not ready to talk about their queerness or who will never talk about their queerness and it's giving them information on how to hide better. I just want y'all to know. So when people make videos like, oh, a gay man has a vacuum cleaner in his house, a man who is not ready to let you know he's gay may throw away his vacuum cleaner. He may allow his nails to get real dirty. I'm being serious with y'all. I'm not trying to be funny. Like I don't want to say that I was in the closet per se, but I feel like I knew my queerness was not good. Like, or rather, I knew that like the times that I was like with girls in my youth, or the times that like there were a lot of times where like me and girls in my neighborhood would just be like pretending to be man and wife, like playing house in a particular way that I never did with men. I never had boys that I was friends with where we pretended to be parents in a household, and like it was just not a thing. So I just feel like my early life was very gay, and I definitely remember like adults being like, we gotta do something. Like we cannot. Like this is not. Like I just remember getting like in a lot of trouble for being alone with girls by myself and doing anything that I was doing. Which, in retrospect, I was absolutely like experimenting with girls. However, that experimentation and that moment, like I remember my mom asking me straight up, like, "Are you strictly dickly?" Because my mom is homophobic. So, once the homophobic people start talking to us, we start gathering information immediately. We're like, oh shit, okay. I gotta go in the shadows. I can't talk to you about this. You're disgusted. I see. So with that being said, I just want y'all to just consider that like even if y'all got kids of your own and you're like, my kid is not performing straight. What do you mean? What do you mean, beloved? And then also on top of that, when we scare the children into like not being their true selves, we get situations like late in life gay folk. Folk be 40, 50 years old having to tell their whole friend group, hey, I've been gay this whole time and performing for y'all. It be happening. Like people be having divorces at 60 years old and finally get their first boyfriend or girlfriend. And it's because again, the shame, the way people look at you, the way people again candidly talk about queer folk. Until I got away from straight people as my primary friends and connection groups, I didn't realize like how much homophobia I had like experienced. Like I didn't realize how many queer people were like, you know, either not around me or were hiding as well. And I still don't. What up, Johnny? What up, Dima? What up, Love? What up, AB? As I said though, like I started off this combo trying to acknowledge that like a lot of y'all need to get on prep. Because there's this weird conspiracy that is bisexual people and queer people that's making y'all gay, making y'all sick as straight people. And the reality is there's a lot of people no longer performing straightness. There's a lot of people no longer willing to say, for you to be comfortable, I'm straight like you. Like a lot of queer people are like, fuck it. I'm gonna lose the job. I'm gonna lose the friend group. I'm gonna lose the whatever the fuck because they need to be free. And so I'm really hoping that people hear me when I say that. It's not to shame anybody or to look down on anybody, but some of y'all have been with queer people and you didn't know. Some of y'all have been with queer people and they weren't ready for you to know. And even if you thought you knew, bitch, there was a fight. There was something that you saw that, like it happens to all of us. Like I feel like I've definitely had moments with men where I was acknowledging in my mind, I'm like, oh, this man is queer as fuck, but he don't see it yet, or he don't want to see it yet, and you really don't know how to bring that up or how to broach that. But then there's other situations where you meet a queer man. Like I feel like I want to be I just want to be super candid. I've absolutely felt like I wasn't sure if I wanted to date a queer man. I've had moments where I was absolutely internalizing homophobia for myself and not really sure if like that would be real for me because I had a very thought where I felt like if a man is queer, he probably is gay and is just saying that he's queer. I was super, super, super invalidating. I was super invalidating the ways that sex is a gamut. It's a fucking spectrum, and so I was absolutely homophobic in my thinking around queer men, and I was just like, do they even really fuck with me? Like, are they just saying they fuck with me so that they don't have to be fully gay? I know that's problematic. I know that. In retrospect, I feel like it came from insecurity around desire. It came from me feeling like maybe this person was actually gay and saw the masculinity in me. And I feel like there's lots of layers there to that too, because it's like me taking on masculinity or me presenting or performing in a particular way is going to signal to a man who is queer. That is just the case. Like there, like queer men like me a lot. Like there are a lot of queer men who have tried to, and there's times where I wonder, like, are you really into me though, or are you like, this is a bitch that will allow me to rest in my femininity? Again, I've had many questions that didn't always get answered because I didn't feel confident, and I also didn't want to be offensive when I brought it up, because again, I know some people think that like sexuality is fixed. Some people who are on the fluid spectrum or who are bisexual may feel differently than that. I feel like as someone that doesn't have a type, I feel like because I've dated more men, someone can absolutely think I'm more straight than queer. However, because of my like early inclination to stop being so gay because I knew that like it was not being appreciated, I do mourn my early girlhood and my early teenhood where I absolutely knew like being queer, being gay, like people were absolutely like being stigmatized. Like I remember the gay girls in school and people just being weird to them. Meanwhile, all they did was like cuddle all the time in the hallway and like mind their business. Like I just feel like when you I think back to like the queer people that was like existing around me, I remember there's one queer boy that I was really cool with, and in retrospect, I think there was an attraction there. What up, Nubia? I think we were more than friends, but I feel like we both didn't know what was going on because I feel like for them, they were figuring it out. Like they were being told, I gotta be with a girl, and I feel like for them, they were like, well, this person's the only girl that I could really be with because they're not really a girl. And I that's again my thinking. I could be wrong. Maybe they were genuinely attracted to my spirit and energy. I'll never know. But I know at some point people were calling them gay. Like out of like because they were always hanging out with the girls, they liked anime, like they were a nice boy, a boy that was never mean to us. So we always let him around us and he was always sweet as fuck. We never really seen him like engaging with other boys. He was always just our friend. But at some point, his brother was on the football team, and I feel like his brother was like, "Listen, freshman year, you was chilling with bitches, and like it wasn't looking masculine to me. So this year, I need you to try out for junior varsity. Like this year, I need you to actually be my little brother on the field." And it was wild because like he went from like this very creative, full of life, like just like vibrant person to like wearing the jersey and like just being so stiff, like just not being himself anymore. Like it's like he literally like I just saw him try to be straight in this way that weirded me the fuck out because I was like, where's my friend? But he was gone. Like he literally was like, I gotta, look like I beat people up. Like I gotta look like I'm violent. I gotta be mean to my friends because I can't have y'all as my friends anymore. And I feel like that's such a wild thing to experience. Like when someone's trying to like get away from the gay people. But I've experienced that like the straight person trying to get away from the gay people and being like, I ain't gay no more. You know what I mean? I'm delivered. Like honestly, he was giving I'm delivered. And I was sad as fuck. I'm gonna be so for real, cause his mom was nice as fuck. Like his mom and me was cool, and he was the only boy that I could really be at his house, like in his bedroom, other than my other friend Peter. And that was the shit that was funny, cause I feel like both Peter and that boy's mom knew like that bitch don't want to fuck my son. That bitch do not want to fuck my son. That bitch want to paint with my son. That bitch want to listen to music with my son. She not getting pregnant. And it's true. We was really just vibing. Nah, it's sad. It was sad, but I just remember like when I was close with boys, like I just feel like their parents knew like that's a Rosie O'Donnell. You know what I mean? They're like this bitch is not she is not a threat. Like I just feel like other girls cannot sleep over at the boys' house. The boys' parents would be like, I know y'all not fucking this bitch. This bitch be in the creek. This bitch be in the mud. This bitch be. That's one of the guys. You know what I mean? And so again, I just feel like my early life is very gay. You know what I mean? In retrospect. But at some point, and yo, this is unrelated as fuck, but there was a comedian who was like, it's so hard to be a bad bitch and autistic because nobody believes me. And it's like, bitch, I feel like if I would have maintained my lifestyle from like young, people would believe I was autistic as fuck. However, I feel like when you get a wig, you start doing makeup, you know what I mean? You start doing all types of stuff. Not Wendy Williams, bitch. I'm fucking crying. Leave Wendy alone, because she honestly going through a lot. There's white people stealing her fortune. Like, I don't even want to talk about Wendy, but if you watch any movie this year, watch a movie called I Care a Lot. It has that white lady, Rosamund Pike, in it, from Gone Girl. That's what's happening to Wendy. That's why they doing all this weird shit. That's why they saying all this weird shit, because that's what's happening to Wendy. And honestly, bitch, I know we don't care because Wendy done said so much stuff, but I care still. I still care. I still care. I think it's fucked up what's happening to her, especially after her man did her like that. Like, I just feel like it's a lot that happened to Wendy that I don't think she deserved. But again, I know people will still remember how she was speaking on Whitney Houston. I know people. I do think that like the laws is different. It's called I Care a Lot. I just want to give a little synopsis for people that may not watch it. Basically, I don't even know how this shit is legal, but a lot of white people have figured out that if they see a rich person who is unwell mentally, they have been able to get in as a guardian. Total strangers. Total strangers. But they're coming in under the guise and under the law of doing a health check and being a mental health advocate type shit. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like some white people have gone to school long enough, seemingly in law, to be able to game the system. They like once Wendy fell out. Like once Wendy was like on TV, a white lady came up. Yes, conservatorship. But again, this is a random white lady who is not her family, and that's who's controlling the strings of all her shit. So I just want to put that out there. Also, my phone is on 3%. My phone usually tells me when I got 10% left, but it didn't tell me today, which is really, really hateful. But yeah, no, it's definitely some predator shit happening. But yeah, getting back into what I was saying though, like I definitely, once I'm wearing the wigs, once I'm like capitalizing on desirability, I just feel like I was actively trying to be straight, like, and I feel like that's such a like trying to perform this, like trying to not let anyone know like how queer you really are, for fear that like you'll be, the devil. Because I feel like that's the other thing too. Is like I grew up in a religious household. I grew up in a household where my mom would say that she would feel spirits and shit. So you don't want to be no gay spirit like around that lady. And so I just think that also is a layer to this, is that some of us, our queerness was being held in such a way because we were around people that believe we were potentially the devil. So it's frustrating in a particular. It's pretty. Okay. Thank you for the snacks. With that being said, yeah, like if you're in a queer house or you're in a household where like being gay is seen as demonic, you're a demon now. So I think that that's another layer to this, is that like some of us didn't want to be seen as demon. Some of us didn't want to be seen as the bad one. Some of us didn't want to be seen as like the, the one that like deserves to be harmed. Like some of us, like honestly, I'm loving this thigh shot. Like, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. But I just feel like some of us like just didn't have like the family scaffolding to be gay. And like I think that that's just a whole nother aspect of this, is like when you're a queer person and you're young, you be knowing, and the motherfuckers around you know too. But whether or not they will allow you to be your full self, that is the real question. And so for anybody out there that's raising any kids, you cannot stop them. You cannot stop them. All you can do is slow them down a little bit, but you cannot stop them. Right. I'm crying. Listen, I'm letting y'all go. I'm letting y'all go. I know my angles. I know my looks today, bitch. Honestly, like I'm looking sporty as fuck with my new little sneakers. I'm feeling hella cute. I actually was gonna go to the park and go swing for a second, cause babe, I haven't gone to the park in so long. It's been 2 days, but still, like I've been just trying to enjoy being outside and shit, cause bitch, it was a cold winter. It was a real cold winter. I feel like I was in a cave all winter. I feel like I was in a cave for real. Like I feel like I was like away from the world in a particular way that I hated. Yeah, no. Yeah, right? It's like the sun is out too. Nobody is going to give you any of this moose knuckle. Please back up. But yeah, no, nature, yes, princess. Yes, I woke up this morning, I made French toast for the roomies. Like, I knew they was like just getting a start. So I was like, ah. And like, it just feels good, honestly. Like, I love like my life right now. I'm sad that it's ending. I'm sad. Like, I feel like this household has been delicious. Like, this has been the most delicious time of my life. Even though I'm like broke as fuck. Like, I feel like I'm rich in other ways. And like, I know that sounds dramatic as fuck, but I'm just really grateful for like just where exactly I'm at right now physically, because I just feel ease, bitch. No, I'm really moving for real. Like, no games. I'm really leaving. Like, I'm really leaving. And I have to leave, which makes me sad. I just know that like I need more energy, and this area that I live in is kind of low key. And also, bitch, I just feel like with me growing mushrooms at this point, I just feel like I need to be in a space where I can actually like move shit. And it's kind of dead out here. Like, it's really kind of dead and very Caucasian. Very Caucasian. So I'm just trying to go to a more melanated space. You hear me? Me too. Thank you. No, I'm not leaving the state. I'm just going north. I'm going north. I'm going to a northern city. That's all I can say. But I'm excited. I'm excited as fuck. There's some good food out there, some good ass sites. There's also free Wi-Fi, cause like the state actually like, or the city actually cares about the people that live there having access. So bitch, like that's really cute. Like there's good transportation, different cultures out there. I'm not gonna run around the park and drink a bunch of water. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, thank you very much for asking me to do something, but how about you just do that for you, Samantha? Like, it's not about being mean. I have no desire to run anywhere. I'm going to go for a walk to the park. No, y'all could just not start smoking. How about that? I'm not in Detroit. I'm in like the suburbs. Like, I'm outside of Detroit, but Detroit is the closest city to me for sure. But yeah, no, I know y'all just want some attention. Good morning. Good morning. But y'all do not need to tell anybody to go running. It's okay. Fat people exist. How you doing? There's nothing for me to change about myself to be in the front of y'all. There's nothing for me to do. And I want y'all to hold that in your spirit when you get around people that say these things to you. Because people don't just say this shit to people. People carry shit like that for other people. So just keep that in mind. Exactly. Exactly. Because I could be fat, bitch. That's not nothing. Like, I just genuinely, I really feel like some people really want fat people to be so concerned about death. Meanwhile, one of the most fucked up things is we do not know when we're gonna die, and it could be any way. Like, imagine like trying to like starve yourself to be skinny, not to make fun of anybody, just saying like imagine like trying to be smaller, and then you die cause like some fucking like a fucking meteor just falls on you or some shit, and the whole time you worried about, you know, heart disease, and bitch, it's a meteor. Like, whoa. That's why, yes, I do think joyful movement is important to me, and I'm trying to get into it. But do I believe that fat people gotta lose weight for anybody? No. No, I don't. I really don't. Okay, Mountain Monsters. That was fun. Okay. There's not kids watching. This stream is actually not for anybody under 18 years old. So I just want to put that out there. That this stream is actually age restricted. So I'm never going live and everyone, all ages, can see. I just want to put that out there right now. But here's the thing. Even if there were kids watching, I feel like what's important to acknowledge is that if you do want to smoke, I hope you use a glass pipe. I hope that you find a nice piece that you like. And I hope you pay attention to strain, because it does matter. I mean, you did tell me to drink a bunch of water and go running. So you absolutely were talking about weight and mobility. But that's okay, Samantha, because again, when people are going through stuff, they usually, it comes out. It comes out. When people are at peace, it comes out. Okay? So I just want to put that out there. When people are doing the regulated, comes out, comes across. It's not giving that. No, there's no need to cuss her out. She's in hell. I hate to say that. But again, I asked the one who used to be in hell, you can leave. You can leave hell. You can. That's it. Like, I'm not trying to give people too much and make it seem like they're the most evilest person because they're saying something mean. We've all said something mean, haven't we? I just hope that people get it together. That's all I hope. I'm not going to punish you, bitch. I'm going to show you some love because I see it missing. That's it. That's it. Like, the fuck? Like, what? Like, did y'all not hear me? I said I made French toast this morning. Like, bitch, you can't clear that. You can't clear the energy. MKT fan, I don't understand what you're saying, but I want to know. What strain am I smoking? Honestly, bitch, I'm fucking distressed because I got this strain called Royal Moby, and like, bitch, this is gonna sound how it sounds, but I recently found that like the strain caliber out here, like that's another reason why I'm moving. Like they just been lowering the quality of the weed out here in a way that's actually distressing me. And it actually fucked me up a little bit because I had to like hit up one of my clients and be like, yeah, so I bought a bunch of weed for you, but there's seeds in it. So I'm smoking weed. I'm smoking a little bit of tobacco, a little bit of rose petals. I'm actually like almost out of my rose petals, and I feel like my plan is to not re-up. Like I have a lot of tobacco left, and I don't like to just smoke weed and tobacco. So there's a part of me that feels like I might have to get rid of that bag of tobacco. Like I might have to get rid of it because that's gonna be temptation. But I am trying to like go back to smoking glass. I'm trying to go back to just smoking weed. I'm trying to go back to just being on some pure shit. And I put myself on a weed diet today. So I only have so many more weeds I can smoke today. And honestly, with the amount of fucking rose petals I have, I feel like I gave myself a pretty good number because it may not work out like that. But so far, I'm feeling good. I'm trying to make sure I get my way through this water before I leave the house just because I am dehydrated as fuck typically. And I'm trying to get it right. Not Samantha saying she 11. I'm fucking crying. My voice is hella deep. I'm glad. What up, Portland? Okay, we're just gonna put you in timeout for a day, Samantha. Maybe you'll just kick out. Maybe you'll just kick it here and just go do your thing. I don't know. What up, Kenneth? Okay. All right. Oh no, God. What up, Jay Green? Thank you. I did a twist out and low key, I like hit my head on the against the wall, and like I really don't think I recovered all the way from that. One of the Bantu knots really pressed into my head, and I was like. I was like, bitch, imagine going to the hospital and being like, yeah, so my Bantu knot actually smashed into my brain. Like, I just feel like that is nightmare. So yeah, I'm glad that it like worked out and like I'm okay, but that shit hurt bad as fuck last night. How am I doing? I'm so sorry. I'm having a good day so far, but we'll see. I just didn't know like how fucked up it is out here. Like, I'm not trying to be fucked up when I say that. I just didn't know that the mail just be turning off sometimes. Like, I've literally gone to the mail at least 10 times this week and they've only been open twice. And like, I'm not used to that. Like, I'm not used to noticing that shit. So that's kind of frustrating me. That's another reason why I'm fucking moving. Cause like I'm like far enough from like the city of Detroit to where like the mail is bullshit, which is insane to me because I've never experienced that. Not burnt ramen noodles. Like what? Not y'all got me feeling like fucking Doja Cat. Like bitch, not y'all said it was sheep. Not y'all posting sheep. That's so much. That's so much, you guys. Not you laughing at your own joke. The fat jokes don't be getting better, do they? They never get good. It's so sad. And it's tragic, too, because I look cute as fuck, honestly, in my linen shorts. Like, I'm actually feeling really cute. And my booty looking cute, too. I've been doing little twerk exercises and shit, isolating the muscle and shit. Bitch, my booty been bootying. So, really, no one's gonna bother me. No one's about to bother me today, bitch. Honestly, like when I turned around, I was like, "Oh, the booty! Woo! It's exciting. It's exciting, bitch. Honestly, like all my life, I had no booty, but now that I'm in my 30s, it's starting to fall. I've always had a high booty, and it looked small because it was on my back. But now it's breaking off my back. It's like it started to break and disconnect. Pangea vibes. Like it started coming off the continent of my back. And then it's starting to fall. Listen. I'm not giving y'all all this. I'm not giving y'all all this. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I just want you to know that I got some hang time now, bitch. I never had hang time, bitch. I be just holding my booty like, you ever just be holding your booty? Again, I didn't have no booty for a long time, so let me go. Let me go, bitch. I've never had a booty in my whole life, bitch. I be feeling excited, bitch. I be laying down, shaking it. I just be twerking. Just, bitch, I'm telling you, I'm having a good time. My secret booty is coming out of secrets. It's about to be a fact. Booty about to be a fact, bitch. Listen, if you don't got a big back and a little booty, you don't get it. If you don't got a big back and a little booty, you don't get it. All my life, I had a big back, had a little booty. It was crazy. It was crazy, honestly. Didn't add up. But now I'm getting some age, a booty aging. Yes. It's getting juicy too, bitch. Yes. Ooh, I'm getting an auntie, bitch. I'm getting a little auntie booty. Yes, the booty we made along the way. Exactly, bitch. I'm crying. Not formation of Congress. Not needed to be put together now. I'm crying. Like, sweetie, I feel like all I need is a shaper at this point. Because part of my booty got a little dip in it. Little dip. I don't know. It could be from my thigh meat. I don't know, bitch. But I feel like I'm about to get a shaper or something, bitch. Because all I need is something to just, you know? Like, you know how they, like when you get a dent in the car and they pull it out? Like, I need something like that, bitch. I just need someone to pull it out. Because it's just one little piece. Cuboidal. Geometry. Scalene. Isosceles. You know what I'm talking about? It's just one little angle. It's one little angle that I just gotta just pull it out. You get what I'm saying? So anyways. But yeah, I finally got hang time. But the rest, it gotta. But it's, you know. I don't know what that hand movement was supposed to mean. But yeah, no, I gotta get. I feel like I really do gotta get a booty lifter. I gotta get a shaper or something, bitch, because I feel like I just need the fat cell to just poke into this one piece, and then I will have a complete booty. Right now I have a boo hoo, and I'm trying to get a boo hoo tee. But right now I have a boo hoo. You know that? Somebody knows what I mean. Bitch, was that R. Kelly? I'm sorry. I can't remember who sang that song. I'm glad. I'm glad y'all are laughing. Pythagorean theorem, bitch, shut the fuck up. Ravioli, what's the formioli, bitch, same shit. Nah, definitely that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Damn. God damn, Robert Kelly. He is everywhere, isn't he? He is everywhere. My God. I just thought about him the other day. I thought about Gigolo and Nick Cannon. And I was like, cause that's just like the corny Rich Daddy song, ain't it? The little corny Rich Daddy song. I'm so sad about it. Like, honestly, like, fuck R. Kelly. Like, he is so trash. God damn it. I feel like low key, like, there's a couple songs that, like, and this is not about R. Kelly, but fucking, there's like this one song that I listened to recently because I was like, I'm trying to listen for Gucci, but then Aubrey started talking. I was like, shut the fuck up. And so I just feel like music, like, not all good music, but some songs from your childhood you can't even jam no more. It just don't feel right. It was like why Aubrey talking? Every graduation song, oh my God. Not a maths and geos class, absolutely though. Him and Diddy, I believe I can fly, bitch. Oh my God, I didn't realize I believe I could fly was played at graduations, but I can understand that. But goddamn. Yeah, no, he had really good songs. And honestly, I believe I could fly. I'm pretty sure it was in Space Jam, bitch. Like, goddamn, he done ruined Space Jam. Well, the end of it. I mean, I feel like they played that song twice in the movie. I feel like he got a lot of credits out of that. The royalties. The royalty. Anyways, not and funerals, bitch. Oh my God. True. Damn, who's next up though? I feel like R. Kelly, like, I'm not trying to say that he's like, we need to keep him around or anything. I'm just like, who is adjacent enough, you know? Who is like, who do you get when you don't get R. Kelly? I'm not trying to be shitty. I'm genuinely asking, like, who replaces him? Like, I like the Isleys. I hope we don't hear nothing about the Isleys, honestly, because there's something about them crop top wearing vest men that, and they all had, like, yo, the Isleys, bitch, when they had the ponytails, bitch, I like Joe. Strawberry. I appreciate you for saying that, because it's like, I really do feel like he has so many different songs, like, bitch, and it's crazy because I remember my mom had every R. Kelly album, bitch. Whoa. My God. Like, I used to listen to R. Kelly all the time as a kid. No. You know what? Joe really has a beautiful voice. You're right. Because I just listened to I Wanna Know. Also, Brian McKnight. Bitch, Brian McKnight! Bethlehem? Sorry, but for anybody who needs, like, a good, like, a black Christmas album that centers God, Bethlehem, bitch. I'm telling you, that song, that whole album, my God, the way I'm about to listen to Bethlehem today, bitch. And I know it can be intimidating being called Bethlehem, but there's a couple songs on there that's But nah, Brian McKnight, even back at when. But Bethlehem, the whole project, Jesus Christ. Some people just know how to do Christmas songs. Um, oh, not disown his black children. I hate to hear that. Not stayed holy. I'm dead. Um, bitch. I'm really excited. I'm seeing the person that I've been seeing for a little bit today, and I'm really excited. Oh, baby face, true, true. Um, not who trying to go to a Diddy party, child. Nobody, and I'm pretty sure he's in jail. Like I'm pretty sure at this point he has been jailed. Maybe not though. Maybe not. Actually, there's a trial, right? It's a trial. Bitch, somebody just dragged Big Sean for that, cause Big Sean was like, "Black women are God," and then like had a baby with like I don't remember who, but people were just Janae, and so people were just like, Big Sean is so disappointing to me because I'm just like, bitch. Whoo, the Ariana Grande Chronicles with him was wild as fuck. Like I just feel like I hate to say this, but he settled for Janae. I don't feel like he wanted to be with Janae. I hate to say that too. I feel like everybody loved their project. Like, what is it? Something 2020 or something 2022. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Somebody really cared about that project. People were all like, from what I seen, people were like, or 2088 or something. Somebody knows. Somebody knows. But Big Sean and Janae Aiko did like a thing together, and like a bunch of people. I think a bunch of people just wanted that to happen again, and I think they got a little bit delusional. It was like, oh, it's love. We should have a baby, and it's like, should y'all though? Should y'all? I just get a vibe like Big Sean is such an Aries. Like Aries was really like Aries will be with you. Woo! But don't get confused. I feel like Aries will fuck with you, but they will find someone else. Like they do not be delusional. Like it's not forever, sweetie. They will move along. Oh, they are an odd mix because she Pisces as fuck, he Aries as fuck. I just feel like it felt good that Mars felt probably good as hell. You know who I thought it was wild that they had a baby together? Jeezy and y'all know her name off the real, I think Jenny Mai. It popped up. I was just like, what? Fetishization is crazy, bitch. Because I feel like they both be saying the weirdest shit about each other too. Bitch, I hope you get Panera. King, I appreciate you. Yes, Elizabeth. Not now. She the fourth baby mom. Oh no. You really had a crush on her? Wow. I think she's cute, but she just be saying weird shit. The way she was talking about she like black men, but the white keep her lean and mean. Talking about she be gaining weight when she with a black man. I was like, okay, all right. I don't know what we were supposed to do with that. Bitch, and people be dragging the baby. I'm not gonna go too deep, but I seen people dragging the baby, bitch. And it's like, no Tino shade. I just feel like growing up, I've seen a lot of black men fetishize like Blasian children and having a child with an Asian. And it's just like, What do we do with that? What do we do with that information? You know? I hope you dance. Enjoy. You know what I mean? But they just be like memes, bitch. Like I'll never forget. I seen. Oh my god, bitch. I don't even want to out them, but it was obviously problematic. Oh my god, bitch. I don't know if I even told y'all this. I don't know if it's worth it. I hate that it's worth it. I hate that it's worth it. Ah, um, mm, someone in my family was like absolutely like posting weird memes. Like there's this meme that it was like, this is why black men and Latinos go together. This is the product, and it had like these like little mixed like light skinned girls like with long hair that had like mixed features, and it was just like very much like fetishizing like these little mixed children, and obviously anti-black, obviously weird as fuck, but also that person ended up getting with to have a child with that exact mix, and I just feel like people be really wanting their kids to look a particular way when they mix, and or be hoping for certain looks, and that shit is weird as hell. Because it's like if you're mixing, you really are already saying you don't care what happens next. Honestly, like that's how I feel about it. At least like you can't care too deeply if you're mixing. Like you can't really have a strong opinion, can you? But they do, and that's so strange to me. But yeah, no, someone in my family is actively like trying to create like a mixed child in a particular way. And what they may not want to hold is they're already a mixed person as well. And I feel like the likelihood of them creating a white looking child is possible, but I don't know. Again, you can't know. What up, Eric? Yeah, no, I've just seen like more than one man like post about how like they want their future child to be like very obviously. Like I've seen a lot of men like post candidly about how they prefer to have a mixed child, and it's frustrating because it's like, you know, there's no way to know what kind of child you're going to have, but to be posting things like, oh, this is the kind of child I want. I just feel like that's weird as fuck. I also feel like we're in a time where like people are gonna see like your children are gonna see your social media posts at some point, you know? Right. That's what I'm saying though. Like we're literally in like the end of times, like when it comes to like people like being candid about like what their preferences are, because like they're just noting that like they want a child that is like desirable in a particular way, and there's just something about posting like not even like minors, like you're posting like toddlers as like some sort of like beauty status or beauty symbol, and I'm like, hmm. And no one ever wants to talk about how these men are sexualizing their daughters. Like, we're not talking about that enough for me. So, I say all this to say, like, mm, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like there's a combo that we don't really talk about because I feel like people are either like talking about like how weird it is people are fetishizing their kids, or they're talking about how like anti-black it is. I feel like it's rarely that we're acknowledging that like there is some like pedophilic creepy ass shit happening to these children. And it's all, and the crux of it is that they are mixed. Like that's the whole point of sexualizing them, is because they are mixed, and a lot of times it is a lot of black men like posting this shit. I'm not saying it's not like non-black women posting that shit as well, because there's definitely non-black women who post like weird pictures of like mixed children and being like, this is gonna be my child, or like this is how I want my kids to look. And then I also feel like I have to hold that like, you know, when you're a little mixed child who's lighter skinned, like there's just a way that people like dress you up. Like I feel like when you're seen as a beautiful child, like people go out of their way to do things to you to again capitalize on desirability. I remember getting my ears pierced at 2 weeks old. I remember getting having makeup on me at a very young age, lipstick, eyeliner, mascara. I remember people putting weave in my hair very young, like putting tracks in my hair, sewing weave into my hair as a little baby. And it's just like, what was the point of that? Why did I need to have a certain type of hair to be in the spot? It's just like, in retrospect, when you really think about it, like, you had to like be performing to be loved, to be cared for, and then even then you still weren't. You were just being tolerated. Oh, absolutely no. And that's the thing too, is like, we're in a time where like people are absolutely creating family channels, and they're making money off of these like lighter skinned children, mixed children. Like, I remember I saw a woman who was talking about how she had a white baby that came out of her, and she was just like, if anybody talks about my baby's skin tone that isn't my family, then we have a problem. And she's like, don't ask me anything about my baby, like, this white baby is mine. And a lot of people were like reporting her, and we're seeing like very quickly that like this darker skinned woman having this white baby was going to garner a lot of like visibility, a lot of money, a lot of resources, and they shut her whole shit down. They shut her whole account down. Meanwhile, there are so many white people who adopt darker skinned children, you know, and are just like out here performing them, and then you find out later that like they're being harmed. Like, there are so many moments that I think of, like, where there are black children being put in the spotlight by white people, and then you find out that white person has been harming that black child for a long time, or many children for a longer time than, you know, we even get to know. And I don't know, the internet is just so fucking bizarre. Like, you could really be online and making money off of your child's childhood. You could really be selling your child to a fucking a pedo, bitch. Like, I feel like that's where I'm at with a lot of these family channels. I'm like, you're selling your child's childhood. You realize this, right? Like, back in the day, the parents would just take their kids to Nickelodeon. Because I want to talk about Quiet on the Set a little bit too, because that shit had me fucked up. Like, the way that the parents were like being made to seem like they're being annoying for trying to protect their child. Oh, Scatty Catty, I got you. The other live got corrupted because the internet went out in the middle of the live, and then it came back. So my bad. Um, a play purse. I mean, here's my thing. I think like a 2 year old with a purse, I personally don't think that that's too deep. However, I do think that like having a little backpack, having a little bag, like, I just think there's so many cute little things for kids. And if the mom isn't feeling a purse is appropriate, that's okay to me. Just because I don't carry a fucking purse as an elder now, like, I'm a backpack bitch anyway. So it's like, who knows? Like, maybe getting them a purse might sway them to be like a purse person. And maybe their parent is like, let them pick out a bag that they want to pick out. And maybe that's the thing that y'all could do together. Like, y'all could all go out and just look at bags and see what bags that she ends up liking. For all we know, she really likes a purse. I don't know. But I feel like maybe just try it around a birthday and just be like, can I take her out to get, some accessories so that it doesn't have to be just a purse? Because, like, for all you know, she wants, like, some, toe socks, Like, for all you know, she a toe sock girl. I tried it once. It was awkward for me. I don't I don't need all of my toes touched. Some people do. But the Quiet on the Set doc was weird. I just noticed how many of the black children like just were harmed in a way that the other kids weren't harmed, like, and it just like really hit me that like, damn, like, I remember them. Like, I remember seeing them there, but I also remember that they were such B characters. Like, they never really got to be center. And that person, Giovanni, wow, she was like honestly one of my first crushes on TV. I was like, she is so fucking beautiful, and I just loved how she had her hair. Like, I just felt like, uh, Like when I really think about like young crushes that I had, like when I was like watching all that and shit like that, like she definitely was like, well, the Amanda show more so. Um, I low key wanted to fuck Keenan, but I'm gonna be real with you. I heard that he's an asshole. Apparently, I heard that he's like actually shady. Like apparently, Kel was talking shit and was saying that Keenan is actually shady as fuck, and I was like, bitch. And I think I want to say that I read that he was a Taurus or a Sag. I can't remember, but I was just like, damn. I definitely want to fuck Keenan, bitch. I'm fat for fat though. Like I feel like, again, I feel like let me see a chunky person. I'm like, again, I could be wrong. I'm not trying to spread misinformation. I could be wrong, but I definitely remember reading that Kel was the cool one and that Keenan was actually kind of shady. No, the amount of pedophiles at Nickelodeon is alarming. The fact that they hired the same pedophile, Brian Peck, to come back for Sweet Life with Zach and Cody is crazy. I'm just like, sweetie, there's no way that he was that good at his job. Like, who was also a pedophile with him? Cause it's giving like it's giving you better hire me, bitch, or I'm a fucking snitch on all of y'all. It's giving bitch I got the DA in my pocket. Like it's giving foul play. Cause I don't know how the fuck you get away with that much and then you get hired again. Got 16 months in jail, and I think it was community service. I don't even think it was jail. Between me and you, in situations like that, the judge is guilty too. On some Judge Turpin shit, on some Sweeney Todd hoe, on some Sweeney Todd. You gotta get the judge too, bitch, cause the judge is in it. The judge is in it too, bitch. That's just that on that. They definitely knew. You right. No, exactly, exactly. But yeah, no, I definitely watched that documentary. I don't think I finished it. I honestly got weirded out at the Drake Bell part because apparently Drake Bell was like harming minors too, and there's a part of me that feels like he's trying to set it up to be like, well, they got me, so I got other people, and it's like, sweetie, yeah, no. I just feel like some people want to be a hero, and they actually turned into the villain too. And I don't want to say it's okay because it's not. What I'm trying to note is like it's okay to acknowledge that though. That like yeah, you probably didn't start off like a creepy person, and yeah, someone did sexually assault you. True, but what you did was transfer that because it's like the way you're talking about being harmed, the way Drake was talking about being harmed. I'm like, bitch. So that okay, all right, I'll break. Yeah, I feel like he only opened up his mouth because he know he got his own shit, and honestly, the way he operated, I feel like that's just a thing for me too. It's like Drake, you and your daddy. Exactly, bitch. Exactly. I'm sure that he has arrested development, just like just like Dan Schneider, like the person that said Dan Schneider had a vibe like, oh, he wanted to be close with the pretty girls. He was like the fat boy who was too shy and he didn't get the cute girl. It's like this is a grown man and minor actors. Why are y'all doing that? Like, I just feel like sometimes, like, I feel like I'm not trying to give these cis women too much, but the way cis women, a lot of, especially white women, I want to talk about white women, will minimize male or rapey, pedophilic behavior and make it seem like, oh, well, he just arrested development. Fuck that. I feel like arrested development is a cop out. I feel like that's the pedo word because it's like, sweetie, what you're trying to tell me that he 13? You trying to tell me he think he 13? At 49, he needs some help. Like that's not cute. It's not an excuse. It's not something to really even say because it's so weird to say. Like, mm-mm. Because personally, I feel like it makes sense if you talk about like queer people, neurodivergent people. I can understand people with complex childhood trauma. Those three people, yeah, those three groups. Arrested Development, sure. We're not saying Arrested Development about a pedo. who got a foot fetish and be putting it in a child show. Like, come on. Like, it's not giving what it's not making any sense. Exactly, but that's another layer to this too. Is that like people were saying that there was a different climate and that people were like not wanting to believe that men were willing to rape boys, and it's just like that is so fascinating how patriarchy operates, isn't it? That like there is a suspended belief when someone says a man has raped a boy. Hmm, weird. Yeah, again, I'm not trying to like do too much. I'm just trying to acknowledge that like some of the ways people white cis women talk about like their male counterparts a lot of time in their behavior. It's like, bitch, that's why we're here. That boys will be boys shit. Like, no, like y'all are literally letting shit go so y'all can keep on maintaining power next to them. Like that's like again when certain people say certain shit, it's like they still trying to maintain power. Cause think about it, none of these white women were willing to say like, oh, this is a white man engaging in white supremacy. Cause how could they see it like that? They over here really trying to make it an issue where like I feel like even like the white women being like, we were in the writers' room and he wanted massages. Bitch, why was y'all massaging him like Big Daddy? Sharing a motherfucking salary. Like that's the thing that's blowing me. It's like y'all was taking crumbs. Maybe they weren't the smallest crumbs, but y'all was still taking crumbs. Why would anybody get more than y'all? Like I just feel like white women be really not paying attention. It's like we got all these little kids and they're treating you an adult like shit. What the fuck? And what are you doing? Accepting it, giving him massages, being like honestly, yo, honestly, you know what, Max? I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you saying that because people be like, wait, he not gay. He been performing like straight for his whole life around me. So thank you for saying that. Genuinely, that part of it too. Damn, there was another part that I was just about to bring up. Oh, okay, Dan Schneider. Um, fuck, fuck. Damn, hold on. Let me go back because there was a part that someone just said. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Um, there was just so much happening in that documentary, and I didn't finish it. I like at the after the Drake Bell part, I dipped out because it really did make me sad as fuck. Like I was just like, oh my god, like that is so wild. Like the way that they just acknowledged that like the dad was trying to, warn people and trying to help his son, and like it didn't work out. And then on top of it not, excuse me, on top of it not working out, no one really cared. You know what? They probably were waiting on somebody else to blow the whistle. I don't disagree with that. I appreciate you for saying that for real. Because, like, there was a lot of, like, from what I noticed, the black parents was trying their best to protect their kids and were getting treated like they were being annoying. And then, from what I noticed, like, the mom even said with one of the kids, me and my son relationship, like, never recovered. Like, my son literally, like, she said her son turned into a man in that moment who just hated her. And it's like, bro, that shit fucked me up. I was like, damn, not you trying to protect your son and now he hates you because you protected him too good. But he don't see it that way. Now they doing the documentary and they reconnecting again, but like that's fucked up. Like, whoa, like that's like the layers of this is actually like really like sinister as hell because like this ruined people families. Like this made people families like literally like they made people estranged from like their caretakers, their parents, like people that they loved and trusted. There's just so many layers to this shit. It was so scary. I feel like though, what I'll say is the Dan Schneider part. Ooh, I was going into the part. Oh yes, this is what I was thinking about. The Dan Schneider part where the writers were talking about his behavior. Sweetie, as someone who has done sex work before, that man has several kinks that he is unwilling to pay for. And it's crazy because when he was saying that he would pay that lady $300 to eat 2 gallons of ice cream, that pinged for me so hard. I was like, that is a feeder. That is a fat man who gets off on making skinny women fat. That is a kink. There are men out there who like, and I hate to say this, for the men that don't pay, they actively try to get their partner fat. Like, and I don't mean that to be fat phobic. I mean to say that if you are not a fat person and you're noticing that your partner is like trying to gorge you on food and shit, trying to get you to eat high caloric amounts, trying to do food challenges with you, I'm telling you right now, that is sex work, sweetie. And that's his kink. His kink is making you fatter. It could be that he wants to make you immobile. I don't know. But some men are super into like making a woman so fat that she lays in the bed all day, can't really walk, can't really move. Like there are men into that. So I just want to put that out there that if you are ever feeling like a man is like really like forcing you at times to eat, forcing you at times to eat big amounts, or even forcing you at times to want to eat when you're saying you are not hungry, keep that in mind. There are people that are, I don't want to say deviant, but I think that like they don't care about consent. They don't care if you know what's happening or not. And I've met men like that recently who are into other kinks. They don't care if you know or if you like what is happening. In fact, that's part of the kink for them as well. That you don't know what's happening. That they're getting over on you and that they're able to do whatever the fuck they want. The massage. This man is rich. He could have paid for someone to massage him at anything for a masseuse on set. The fact that he forced women to do that was not just a control tactic, but it was also sexual coercion. He was absolutely trying to see who would massage him and fuck him. He was trying to figure out who liked touching him enough to maybe fuck him. I do not believe none of them fucked him. I believe somebody fucked Dan Schneider. I don't give a fuck what they say. Somebody fucked that man. If you're giving a man a neck massage, he's able to send you a text to yell things out, and if you don't, he harasses you. You're scared to be fired. Y'all don't gotta do too much. Some of y'all fucked him, and I'm not trying to shame y'all for that. I'm just saying like y'all should add that into the chat because I think that that matters personally. Not the Tyra show. The Tyra show is so fucking wild. Like, woo! I'm fucking crying. Yes, I refuse to believe he never said, touch my dick. I refuse to believe he never like escalated. Like they can say whatever they want, but I feel like at this point, I'm gonna be real with you. I feel like even having to massage him and do all those things that he said and not get no money or nothing, I just feel like they were like, that's about all the humiliation we're gonna be suffering as white women on this. Because I just don't believe it. Like there's no way you're massaging this man for years. You're splitting a salary, bitch. Low key, I hate to say this, he paid y'all for massaging him. That's why he devalued y'all. Like I like not saying that like he like was like right or anything like that, but I really in retrospect like I feel like he made y'all split a salary because he's like those are my hoes, those are my sluts, those are the bitches that'll do whatever I say, and he was right. He was right. He knew y'all would fucking shut the fuck up, but tolerate his fucking behavior. Sick. Because my thing is this: once you accept a split salary, what are we talking about? How can you afford to live? Like what? And again, it's like the way the white women were accepting the behavior. It's like again, a lot of white women don't want to hold. A lot of white people don't want to hold in general. That like the front lines. Y'all don't want to hold that all the time. A lot of times people are getting fucked up shit. And when y'all do say shit, it's for whatever's in your best interest. That's why the white women came on and was like, he made us touch his neck. Sweetie, we're talking about molestation and rapes. Like, sweets. Like this laissez-faire attitude around like his behavior. It's like I get it, y'all were scared to get fired, but it's like, I don't know. Then all the sketches about feet, all the weird sexual content. Genuinely, I feel like Rob Schneider's a pedo too, but that I don't think that they're ready to put that out there. In retrospect, if I could be super candid, I feel like they're only talking about the neck rubs, but I feel like if they really went into how deep it went, he would be he would be fucked. I genuinely think he has some revenge. I think he has some files like that. Like nobody is that fucking high up, and gets to just walk away without some kind of fucking leverage. I'm not believing that like he's just they can't get him on it. No, they could get him, but if they get him, they're knocking over. There's a bee's nest. Oh, absolutely. I just feel like we ain't hearing about no CEO, COO. We ain't hearing about no chief of staff. Notice that people that hired these people. I haven't heard about nobody being a hiring manager. Bitch, send me a whole pizza. What the fuck? There's so much being hidden. Absolutely. They're very controlled, and that's another aspect of this too. Is that and we are talking about Dan Schneider, yes. The other aspect of this is that some of the people that were victims. Oh, Disney Channel too, though. Like I feel like Miley. I know Miley gonna pop off one day. JoJo Siwa, child. Mm. I'm not gonna lie though. I don't know if anybody saw the Call Her Daddy interview with JoJo Siwa, but I want y'all to know that like the fact that she's trolling people this hard and like getting all this engagement from it, there's a part of me that's like, kudos, bitch. But there's also a part of me that's just like, good God, you know? Like it's to the point where like the coming out, the gaying of someone, especially like the gaying of like a white girl, who has been like, seen as like America's sweetheart, like it's just kind of like, okay, all right, what up? But yeah, no, I don't believe for 1 minute that this documentary is over. I actually believe that they did a fifth. Actually, that's when I fell asleep. I was like, Soledad O'Brien, I know you about to ask some good questions, but I'm tired as hell. And again, when I get into Soledad, I'm gonna check it out. But a lot of people were saying the thing that out loud that I wanted to hear in the Reddit, because there's like a whole Reddit for this documentary. Like the parents, bitch, what the fuck? Like a lot of these parents, like in retrospect, like I think that they wanted the money more than they wanted to protect their child, and I feel like you just gotta be candid and be real about that. Cause like your child should never be in a bedroom alone with a grown man. Like what happened to justice for fucking Brandy, bitch. The story about Brandy really fucked me up. Like I was like, why was he ever in her bedroom? And the mama talking about something. He said he was gonna take her far. Jail, jail, endangering a minor. As soon as you open that door, you're weird. You're weird as fuck. Like again, the mom was really sitting up there trying to act like, oh, how you. And somebody wrote a comment that really hit me. It was like the mothers be the original madams. I'm like, okay. Brandy mama needed to get her ass beat. No, she really did. Like Brandy mom had me sitting there blinking like, alone in her bedroom playing video games. What the fuck? I never was alone in my bedroom with no grown man. What the fuck is that? Brandy mom is a sick bitch. They look like they had a good life too. They did not need this fame shit. That's crazy. My God. I'm not saying that if their life was bad, they would deserve to do this. But it's like, bitch, y'all was of upper middle class. Okay, I don't know what kind of spell you are casting, but I gotta get it out of here. What up, Ryan? Right, talking about emails. The thing that also blew me was like the trophies that this man had. Oh, hey, what up, Jay and Jazz? And I'm just like, this is serial killer shit. Like, I honestly was terrified for everybody involved because I was just like, sweetie, this is beyond pedo. This is he gonna kill y'all. No, Brandy with an I. It was the white girl, the white blonde girl. Um, and even her mama telling the story made me want to beat her ass because Brandy didn't even feel comfortable to talk. We're talking about Quiet on the Set. It's on if you have Max, or fucking Discovery, something Discovery Channel. I can't remember which one it's called, but I think you can watch it through Amazon. Um, yes, Jeanette. Wait, starving her. I didn't read Jeanette's book, but I definitely knew that there was something in there that was, I knew it was something in there. I'm not trying to be shady. I just feel like I didn't know Jeanette like that. I'm not trying to like minimize what she went through. What I'm trying to offer is like her story about her mom being a narc, treating her bad. Like that really did resonate with me. But again, I feel like as someone with a narc mama, you read one, you read them all. I hate to say that, but bitch, once I read A Child Called It, I was like, okay, all right. So a lot of us going through some weird shit. Um, you liking Jeanette's book? Let me know. That is so fucking sad. Oh my fucking god. Ugh. Mm. Yeah, like these stage parents are very terrifying because they don't really love their children. They're using them to get places in life. And I think one of the people said that like some of these stage parents would come into the set looking like they were the talent. Like they would look better than the kids. Like the kids would be looking kind of fucked up. But the parents would be head to toe Gucci, head to toe Coach, Louis V, off their kid, which is so sad because it's like, damn, you're losing your childhood and the checks. I don't know if anybody saw this video that went viral. There was a man who was cussing his mama out at the loan center because the loan center was letting him know that he had an eviction on his uh, credit and a repossession of a vehicle on his credit from when he was 2 and 10 years old. And his mama was sitting there talking about, I'm sorry. And so now he can't get a house. And I was like, ooh, I don't know if anybody mama did that to them. But my God. My God. And the mom was acting like it wasn't a big deal. And I was like, lady, I couldn't believe. No. I'm so sorry to hear that. That is so fucked up. Like that terrifies me. Like that is really terrifying to me. Cause your parents have all your paperwork, all your shit. Honey Boo Boo Mama was spending up her money. That's sad. They had seasons. They had seasons. God damn. I know that was a bag. I know that was a coin. I'm not even gonna lie, bitch. I watched a little bit of the Honey Boo Boo. Pumpkin was my favorite. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. The sister that got pregnant, I prayed for her and the baby. I was like, I just pray work out for you, sweetie. I pray. But Lil Lana, a bag of no, Pumpkin would be dragging them. That's why I like Pumpkin. She was the mouthpiece of the family. No, I feel like we knew Mama June wasn't shit from the front. And then honestly, like I really judged Mama June when they had money and she still didn't get her toe fixed. I'm like, sweetie, y'all got money. What are you doing with it? Like I just knew something was going on because I'm like, how the fuck you got a rotten toe and it's bugs coming out of it and y'all got checks and money? That's weird. But in retrospect, she had bigger cracks to fry. So no, like I said, Pumpkin was my favorite. I felt like the other sister that got pregnant, she kind of dipped out the family. I feel like that's the thing. Like I feel like some people get pregnant just to get away from their family. Like I really hate to say that, but it's the truth. No, she had a rotten toe. You can look it up. She would literally keep a sock on her foot. I remember they went to like a water park, and I want to say that they painted the toenail on a sock, so that her foot wouldn't look crazy. And it still looked crazy. And then when they took the sock off, I seen bugs in it, and I was like, "Y'all are fucked up for posting this shit. Like that's crazy." I just feel like I should never see a bug coming out of a toe, like on. And I feel like it was cable too. I feel like it was TLC, right? That shit was on TLC. What was I learning then? Answers. I need answers. What was I learning on that day from your channel? Right, it was gnats on it. Right, I can never unsee that, bro. I'll never unsee that. Like, that's so fucked up. Like, it left an indelible mark on my hippocampus. Like, absolutely. Some shit just don't leave you, bitch. And that's one of them. A white lady rotten toe. Woo! That shit feels so fucking violent. Like, oh my god. There should have been a trigger warning, bitch. There's just some shit on TV that should have been trigger warned. You know, you should have had to like click accept. You know what I mean? Like at this point, bitch, I want a spoiler before some shit like that. Y'all need to do like before it even starts. Be like, yo, y'all about to see a rotten toe that is very heinous and rancid and corroded. It has caused scars mentally for many people. And you know, I'm gonna write a letter, bitch. I'm gonna write a letter at this point. Cause yeah, no, it was disgusting. I just feel like honestly that their whole family was gold because it was like so wild. Like it was just bizarre. No, me too, bitch. I was absolutely watching Honey Boo Boo at first because I was just like, what's going on here? I hate to say this, but like I feel like Honey Boo Boo is the equivalent of watching like let me not do that. Let me not do that. Let me not do that. But it was just like I mean this like with all disrespect. I just feel like when white people are like lower class, like people really enjoy watching that. Like it's really fucked up, but it's like we are literally constantly watching white people be rich that like there's just something about like there's such a spectacle in poverty with white people because they're never just broke and making it work. Like they're doing a lot of other things. Like here's the thing, like they're obviously down bad and like the mama's like, you know what, I'm putting my daughter in pageants, fuck it. It's like, sweetie, those things cost so much money. You have two other children, my god. But then it's like turns out Alana has a big personality and we're all like, but again, does she have a big personality or is her mom letting her watch like, you know, Love and Hip Hop? You know what I mean? Letting her watch Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know what I mean? In retrospect, I'm like, where was that girl going to? Because her mama don't even act like that. So I'm like, in retrospect, like, what were we really watching? No shade. I'm just saying. Oh my god, no, the mom would make slop. The mom would absolutely make slop. And that shit would make me laugh as well. Like, I would just see her pouring, like, mad ranch on chicken and shit. Or just hella tomato sauce on top of, like, some steaks or some shit. I just feel like, again, when white people don't have a lot of money, the things that they do to make it work is so fascinating. And again, I'm not trying to be, like, shitty when I say that, but it's like, I grew up broke. I know what it looks like to be broke. White people, when they're broke, is different. It's honestly different. It's just very different. First of all, they're living in a trailer park. I feel like living in a trailer versus living in, a building or living in apartments and shit. Like, that's so different. Because you have other poor people around you. Like, I felt like they were kind of isolated in ways. Like, sure, they had neighbors, but you could tell they were in their own little world. Um, I never watched Scared Straight. I think they put fucking ketchup on the noodles and then they put fucking sugar in it. I'm pretty sure they put a cup of sugar on that shit. Bitch, I've been really wanting cheesy grits so bad. But I can't trust nobody to make me no cheesy grits out here. Bitch, I just want to, like, just trauma dump real quick about being, like, in the north. I've been craving biscuits. I've been craving shrimp etouffee. I've been craving gumbo jambalaya. I've been craving seasoned french fries. I've been craving all types of things. And for me to get them is so hard. Right, bitch? Cheesy grits? Yes. Shrimp and grits too. All of it. And I'm in the fucking north where you can't even, like, trust it. Like, I can't even get a bacon, egg, and cheese out here. You cannot trust it. I can't even trust bagels out here. I had one good bagel this whole time I've been out here, and it was from a chain. The bagel's not bageling. Yeah, I'm excited to move. I'm gonna be so fucking for real because I feel like where I'm moving to is just a little bit cuter. Don't get me wrong, it's cute out here. It's cute out here. If you live out here, it's cute out here. But it's just too suburban for me. Like, it's just too many people walking dogs and saying hello and shit. I just wanna see a mob of people, like, doing their business. Like, I want Tokyo vibes. I don't want it's too like, last night I was talking to somebody about their missing cat, had a long ass conversation. You're not doing that where I'm moving to. You're not. You're not. They're putting the flyer up and they're dipping. You know what I mean? And if y'all do talk, y'all probably gonna smoke a blunt. It's not gonna be, it's just very. I don't want to be on that anymore. I want to be in the city. I want to be one of many. I don't want to be seen too much. I just feel like, bitch, the amount of times I've matched with the same people, because there's barely any people out here. So, like, where I'm at in the city, I'm outside of Detroit just enough to where I'm in, like, a bubble. And it's the same people talking to me to the point where, like, this one dude hit me up. He's like, hey, we talked before, but I bothered you. I stressed you out. And, like, I'm super sorry. I want to start over. And I'm like, not people I cussed out and blocked are coming back into my life. Like, I have not had this happen. So, yeah, I'm trying to just be a little bit more blendy. Because I'm definitely sticking out super hard out here. And it's awkward. I also feel like the catcalling out here is so different. Like, it's actually scary. Like, out here, like, they'll really get you. You know what I mean? Like, well, like, the place I'm going to, if someone's catcalling me, there's no way you're U-turning. You have no time to do that. You have no time to come back and try to get at me. If you see me and you're like, hey, yo, you gotta keep going, and I'm gonna keep going. And by the time you try to get to where I was, I'm gone. I've disappeared, bitch. I've ducked under. I'm in a tunnel. You know what I mean? Here, bitch, I cross the street, someone trying to get at me, bitch, they're U-turning immediately. There's enough time and space, enough freedom, it's calm enough to where you could really. And I had somebody try to buy some pussy off me. I was just trying to get a motherfucking soda. I was like, I'm not even selling pussy over here. But the way he whipped that car, I was like, oh, fuck out of here. Like, that is too much. Like, ugh. And again, it's the environment. The environment is very much, you could stop and talk to a bitch. I do not want that environment anymore. Because, again, sometimes it's cute, most times it's bullshit. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, no. I like again, they really tried to buy some pussy out my pants and I was like, I'm not even offering this pussy. But again, the store is so close to my house that it's like somebody could easily find me. I feel like that's another thing. It's like again, I never been on this type of time. I usually feel like I'm strong as hell. Like I usually feel like females are strong as hell. I'm a survivor, Reba, okay? I usually feel like that. In this moment in my life, I'm like, I need to protect me. I need to protect me, bitch. I need to make sure at all times that I'm okay and I'm safe. Like I need to really protect me because I'm the only one doing it, and it's a hard job, but somebody got to do it, and it's got to be me. And I'm not really cared about like what was gonna happen next in a situation. And now I'm like trying to think like 3 moves ahead in a way that's like, and you can tell it's Aries season. Exactly. And you can tell us, bitch, the way I'm applying for these jobs, bitch, oh my god, bitch. And I don't know if anybody else is on Indeed, but bitch, the way these jobs are testing you to see if you're a dumb bitch, oh my god! I don't know if anyone is experiencing this. I've been applying for jobs and they're literally making you do a test to see if you be reading good, to see if you can pay attention. And my ADHD ass, I'm like having like bitch, and then they have a time limit. 5 minutes to read. And it's just like, are you serious? Like, how am I going to get this question right? And again, a lot of the questions are because, like, I'm going to hospitality, and so they're like, Miss Johnson wants a room that connects, but it also must be animal friendly, and she needs it for 3 nights. What is the good night? What is the good room to put her in? I'm like, girl. And then I'm staring. I'm like, I'm just hoping I get a call back. I'm just really hoping I get a fucking call back because I applied for so many fucking jobs, which I'm tired. But I feel like if the jobs I applied for don't work out, I feel like my top tier is I'm trying to find a cannabis job. My second tier is hospitality. My third tier is working at a pizza place. Just because I feel like I know I'll be able to get a pizza place job. I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get a hospitality job. I really want a cannabis job. But we'll see. I'm not a night auditor. Not whatever room I'm giving her, I'm dead. Yeah, no, I feel like that's the thing. Like, I don't really want to work the night shift because it's like the scariest one. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, the night shift can usually be very calming, very chill. If like all your people check in early, like we love it. But there are a lot of times where at night, like I just feel like that's when the wildest shit happens because you have the cloak, you have the opacity of night, and so you're able to do a little bit more, get away with a little bit more. You know what I mean? I've been a barista before. I don't want to go back to it. I'm not interested in being a barista anymore. I don't know, bitch. I just feel like you get burned by steamed milk a few times, and you're kind of good too. Trust me. Like it's good. It's good in the winter. If it was wintertime, sure. Now that it's about to be nice out, no. Hell no. Hell no. But if it was winters, sure, because I love a hot cocoa myself. But, bitch, I don't really get a lot of summery drinks from the drink places. I'm not saying they're not nice, but I just feel like there's no motivation at this point to work in there. If I'm going to work in food, I might as well work in food. And if I work in a cafe, it could be lit. I don't know. I feel like the cafe is kind of like below pizza place for me because it's like I really feel like I want something kind of fast paced, and I feel like pizza places, like you're constantly going, but like it's like you're doing a bunch of shit and then you get a break, and you're doing a bunch of shit, you get a break. I feel like that's for my ADHD. I feel like that's the best thing for me is like having a break in my job built in because like at times there'll be nothing to do. But wait. I would never come to San Diego. No shade. I liked California to visit. I don't like California to live. God bless all of y'all, but hell no. Like, again, it's beautiful. Go out there and try it. Hospital cafeteria. You know what? I do have lunch lady vibes. You might be onto something. And I feel like you don't even gotta really cook. I feel like you just heating shit up in bags. I appreciate you for saying that. That's a gem. I'm gonna look into that. But yeah, no, I'm really just trying to do the least amount of work for the most amount of money. I feel like that's most people, right? I feel like we're trying to like figure out. Oh, no shade on Cali. It's just way too expensive to me. No shade on Cali. It's a beautiful place, but to live there, like I just feel like I would absolutely. I just feel like when I was on the West Coast, I became emaciated because I could not afford the food. And when I say emaciated, I became a size 18. I have never been a size 18. Actually, I remember one time when I was a size 18, I was a child. I was a young child. I was a minor. So again, I felt like I was withering in California. It's $3 a gallon out here, maybe 3.25, 3.50. It really depends. MCL restaurant? Ooh, what is that? Okay, word, I hear you. Again, like I'm appreciating all the suggestions. Like I am appreciating that I still get to do what I do for work in the meantime, in between time, but bitch, I need more money. And I feel like I can't really advertise my work that I'm doing as much as I want to right now because I am behind on some orders. And so I'm trying not to like make it worse. I'm trying to like find a way to put money into my business without taking away from any other way that I could be taking away, if that makes sense. Like I'm really trying to figure out how to get money so that I can keep doing what I love to do and also do what I have to do sometimes. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, no, I'm definitely like trying to get that. Um, but yeah, I've been applying for places, but I haven't heard anything back just yet. But there's a part of me that's like, maybe I should do a follow up. I know some people used to do that back in the day, but now I don't know if that makes sense to do. I don't know if that look is giving thirsty. But there's a part of me that's like, I feel like jobs like when you're being thirsty. Like, I feel like they like thirstiness, low key. So I'm not sure. No, I did not get back to your friend about the order because, as I said, I'm behind right now, and I didn't want to put them in the behindness of everything. Like everybody's order is delayed right now, and the delay was honestly because the fucking computers, out here. Like we had a thunderstorm, and you would think it would be handled by now, but a bunch of the post office near me, because I'm like I said, I'm in the burbs, so there's two cities near me that I can go to like a possible three post offices and all of them were like, and the last one is the box, and the box is always open, but unfortunately because it's been cold in the night recently and the thunderstorms, people have been sleeping in there, and so they're locking it now, which is like kill me. Ugh. And the thing about post offices, you can't call and ask, "Are you open?" So I can't even like not waste my fucking time or money getting out to the post office. So that's also been like a fucking shit show as well. I spent like $50 trying to go to the post office and didn't get anything out, and I just look like a dumb bitch with a big ass bag. Ah! So I'm just trying to be gentle with myself, bitch, because like while I try to get these jobs, um, I'm also still trying to like do what I do. And again, like the quality of the weed is dropping around here. Like there's so many reasons why I'm moving, but one of them is also like the quality of the weed and the mail. Cause like I can't imagine the mail in a major city being fucking not happening. But like I'm not in a major city, so that's why I think like I'm going through what I'm going through. Word, yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna call about some of the applications I put in and just see what's up. Cause like one of them I'm really wanting. It's like a packaging job, and like I just love the idea of being able to like. I'm 34. I love the idea of being able to like put the weed in the packages, seal it, maybe listen to my headphones or something. Like I really don't want to do something like front facing, but I'm not against it. Like, I could be the face of a company. I don't really want to be. There's a part of me that feels like I might look into a hat shop out here. There's gotta be one. I mean, maybe there isn't, but I'm gonna look into it because I some talent. We'll see, but I can't really call it. I feel like whatever job I get, like I'm just gonna try to make it work for as long as I can, and then just because I've been looking for a co-op to live at for a minute. Like I feel like that's something I've been really trying to like figure out for myself. There are a lot of co-ops out here, people living on farms and shit, and so I'm like actually really excited um to like just maybe be able to get north before I was thinking. Um but there's like some really gorgeous places at the top of the state. Like if anybody ever like wants to just like look up Saint Ignace or Coos Bay, bitch, the beauty. I really appreciate y'all enjoying the fucking the hat shop streams. They got me through, cause again a hat shop. Most people aren't going to a hat shop like willy nilly, like they're going for a specific reason, and so people don't usually go. So that's what I liked about that job, and my boss didn't really give a fuck at all. Yeah, no. I feel like that's the other thing too. Like there was a white gay person working there who was like getting away with like everything, and I was just like, I know you ain't about to talk about me then. Like I know, like the way this motherfucker moving, motherfucker. Like as soon like they had to work like an hour after I got there, they would leave as soon as I got there. Like I was supposed to have a helper to transition the shift, and they'd be like, bye. So I'm like, well, bitch, I'm gonna have a little cocktail then. What? I'm actually gonna roll a spliff and smoke it in the park on my lunch break, and I am gonna take a lunch break. They tried to tell me I couldn't fucking close the shop down at night. I'm like, bitch, I will lock this shit up and go take a shit at the Bubba Gump if I need to. I mean, I feel like NOLA was just like NOLA's an energy. If you ever get a chance to go to New Orleans, you'll feel similarly, bitch. Like it's I miss it every day. Like I've never left New Orleans and didn't immediately feel like I made a huge mistake. Like I'm just gonna say that right now. Like New Orleans is the end goal for me. Like I do want to live in the northern part of this state for a while because again, I do believe that like there needs to be more like there just needs to be more queer spaces for like people to like just be with the land and shit. Like the stealing of the land that the colonizers did, like that shit it must be made right in ways. And I feel like I don't know all of the ways to make it right. I would never say that I know that, but I do know that there needs to be like safe spaces for people to live, especially after partner violence or just, I feel like that's another thing like that I was talking to somebody about. Like me and this person that I'm seeing, we had this conversation about how like when you're monogamous and you like fall in love with someone and like you tie your life together, like if y'all break up, like one of y'all is homeless, like one of y'all is asked the fuck out, and if it gets bad enough, like one of y'all is like possibly like could die or could be like set back mentally in like such a way that like you actually need caretaking, and it makes it even harder to like move on. And so there's a part of me that just feels like that's another reason why I'm moving the way I'm moving, because I want there to be spaces for people like myself who have, I don't want to say the only thing we did wrong is fall in love, because like I feel like that takes away some of the ways that we were operating out of anxiety, insecure attachment. Like there's lots of layers to like why we do what we do for sure. But what I'm trying to offer is like there should be places to go after you and your partner break up. Like there should be a place to go where like you don't have to necessarily crowdfund, but you can just be and work your way back into society. But like I don't see that happening enough, and it's really unfortunate because there's some people right now who the only reason why you're not breaking up with this person is because of housing. Like I've totally been in that situation where like the only reason why we're not breaking up is because it would mean liquidating our assets that we don't even fucking have. Me too. I'm hoping I could figure it out, but word, I feel like living together with a partner is a big risk. Absolutely. Like I definitely am not trying to. I'm not trying to take away from that. Like it's a huge risk, and I definitely like didn't think of it as such when I was younger. But at this point now, I'm terrified of getting close to somebody and like thinking that like we're equal in some way, and then I find out in a really fucked up way that we're not equal at all, and not even find out, like know all along, and then have it play out a certain way. And so that's where I'm at with it. Like I just feel like I don't feel like I have a life's mission or anything. I just feel like the things I've experienced could have been prevented. You know, like the things that I've gone through could have been avoided. But a lot of the scaffolding isn't there for a lot of us. Like most of us don't have anywhere to go after a breakup. So I think everyone's terrified of not having food, darling. I think it's a thing that a lot of people are terrified of, especially right now. I didn't move again, but I'm gonna move soon. I am hoping to move back to New Orleans at some point. I actually like reached out to like some people in this like queer housing group, but it did not go very well, which is frustrating. But at the same time, I probably wasn't ready to do it. But I feel like I still shot my shot and put it out there that I want to go back. But you know what? That's a lie. I did connect with somebody who said that they were living in a community garden, and they were trying to offer me information on how to like find, like it was something where like what is it called? Like there's places that are owned by the public. I can't remember what it's called, but like basically the community garden was a space that like anyone could live at if they brought like their own shit to live in. And so they had basically put a tiny house on this plot of land that again was a garden, and like no one could remove them because of some laws. I don't know. I don't know if it was I don't think it was a co-op. Like I can't remember what it was called. Like sovereign land or something, or state owned lot, or land trust maybe. I don't know. Public trust. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to talk to them again. But like I said, like there's people figuring out how to live certain places, and I just feel like I need to find out how to make this a chain, because there needs to be multiple houses. Like I just feel like that's all I can see at the moment is like there needs to be a constellation of housing that spans across the US that does center like black queer people as like the most fucking marginalized and the most motherfucking harmed in a relationship. Because honestly, a lot of times when we see these flyers, it's always like black queer trans people that are like asked the fuck out of housing. Meanwhile, white people can go sleep on their granny couch, their mama couch, their cousin couch, because queerness is not seen as demonic to them. And like just the ways that like once you're out and queer, like you're actually like in such a fucking precarious situation. But especially if you're black and you're trans, like you're just not seen as like protectable. And I really want this to be like a concept where like there are people that are like living there that like all they contribute is like their joy. Like I just feel like that's where I'm at. Like if I have the energy to cook, I will. If I have the energy to clean, I will. But like the reality is like we don't always have the energy to do all of it. And so that's really the energy that I'm trying to come in with this idea is like I don't want to like just secure housing for myself. I feel like there needs to be more liberation efforts that look like housing, food, gardens, community libraries. Like it's so wild to me. Like we just live in this time where like white people are eating up like the affordable shit, and everybody that's trying to find somewhere to live is having to figure out like how the fuck they're gonna eat. And it's like, how the fuck are you gonna figure out how the fuck you gonna live somewhere if you can't even afford food? Like, that's where I'm at personally. It's just like I can't even focus on where I'm gonna live next. Like I know I'm moving, but I don't know where yet. And I can't know until I know. And I feel like that precarity of having to hope that like you're able to find something that's right for you, that shit is too much. So that's where I'm at. I just want to make sure that like there's a space that can beget all spaces. Like I know that it's out there. There are so many white people living on farms right now. So many of them buying plots of land and then telling their friends like enjoy it, like have fun. And I'm like asking more questions whenever I hear about this shit, because I'm like at this point I've been offered a plot of land by someone that I don't want to say I don't trust, but they are a little flaky, and so I don't want to say I count on it all the way. But I am trying my best to figure out like how to get more land out of just the hands of white people and be offered up as a way to just start over in a way that, again, it's not the most realistic as it stands, because again, just because you have a plot of land doesn't mean that you're going to be able to get all the necessary things you need. Also, like living in certain areas will mean like less access to like, transport, jobs, things like that, because some people may want to actually work, and that's not a problem. I want the space to really function as people want it to function. But in my heart of hearts, in my dreams, like I want there to be a space that just models like what other spaces can become. Like it doesn't have to be everybody working and never home. It doesn't have to be everybody, uh, you know, cleaning on one day. Like it doesn't have to be everybody cleaning at all. Some people may really not want to engage in cleaning the space, but maybe someone that wants to, connect with cooking, and providing food, or providing some sort of like care in the form of like music. Like I just feel like there's so many people with things to offer us, and we may not be able to quantify them in a particular way, but it doesn't make them any less. No, work culture is really distressing and really saddening, because I feel like there's a part of us all that knows like this is not where we should be and how things should be at all. And so just currently I'm trying to dream it. I'm trying to dream it with other people. I'm trying to talk about it. I'm trying to, break the silence of like the ways that we can maybe live in more harmoniously. Because I know it's a lot of white people that I talk to that like they've never even considered reparations. They've never considered that they can give something to somebody, and it's not what they see is small, but what somebody else sees is huge, and like that's really it. And see, that's the thing, Nubia. I'm sure you probably cook a delicious meal. How can we ever quantify that in community? Like you're showing up and loving on us. Like that's all. That's what I really want it to be. Like I want people to just consider how acts of love can be currency in a housing space, because I think that that's what's been happening here. Like I've been offered so much love in this house, so I can also feel confident to offer the love that I have as well. Like I can't always do everything, but I can make breakfast sometimes. I scoop the cat box every other day. I don't mind if I see the floor getting gross. I don't mind swooping it out. Exactly. Bartering and trade is so motherfucking important. And that's the thing. Like, a lot of us have a lot to offer, but if we're talking about dollars, it's not going to seem so. And so I know that some people don't want to hear that because, like, they're so focused on getting the bag, getting the money. And I hear you. Like, I don't think that, like, I think that considering the environment we're in, you make perfect sense to me. But with that also being said, I want things to not really make sense. I want things to not really add up. That's where I'm at. I want people to be like, wait, how is this possible? Like that's what I really want, because I feel like that's where I live. That's where I've been living. Is like, wait, how can you do this for me? Like I want us to like be in that space at times. Like, not for too long, but like at least to be like, oh wow. Like I didn't expect that to equal that. Why should you? That's just where I'm at. Like, why should you? Because again, we live in the colonizer's imagination. So if I give you money and you give me something, that's a fair trade. But like, if I'm trying to work with you outside of the colonizer's imagination, the colonizer don't want me to sell you, hey, I'll cook for you if you, help me with this thing in my house, or I'll bake you a loaf of bread for this or that thing. Like that's where I'm at. Like I just feel like the colonizer doesn't want us to see that we have other options outside of the system that we're in. Here's the thing, Elizabeth. Greed is not a problem. Greed is not a problem. I want us to consider this. I don't even think greed is real, in some context. But I feel like that's what I mean. Like earlier, we were talking about arrested development and how people will use that to like be advocating for like how a pedophile is just stunted in growth, and instead of seeing them as someone who violates children. that's deeper than being stunted in growth. So what I'm offering is this: in a housing situation where everyone is expected to just show up lovingly and honestly in what they can offer and what they can do, and the concept of, just being able to use the housing to gather money and not having to use our bodies as a finite resource, if that makes sense. It's like if I'm selling eggs and we get the rent up, nobody's money has to go towards rent this month. Maybe we are able to pay off the heat. Maybe we're able to pay up some other bills. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, like, how can we free up some of our capital, some of our labor? How can we make the soil and the earth work for us? But when I going back to the concept of greedy, in a housing collective where we're prioritizing black and brown people, but specifically black, queer, and trans people, we have to be considerate of like the climate and like why somebody would show up as greedy or why we would think their behavior is greedy. Like, I just want us to consider that. It's kind of like when we see somebody who's like seemingly obsessing over someone and we're like, wow, you're so needy. And we're like not really thinking about the fact that this person might have never been experiencing love. This is the first time that someone's ever like shown them what they believe is love. And what they're experiencing and how they're experiencing it is congruent to what they've been through and where they're at. If you don't have a full cup and someone starts pouring it into you, you may start to think, this is the most important thing to me. I'm so in love. I'm so happy. Like, so many good things are happening for me. If you have an empty cup and someone starts to fill it, how could anyone really know? Like, again, if you don't know your cup is empty and someone's filling it, you may not realize that your behavior does come across as like needy. But again, if you don't know that like you're traumatized, who knows how your reactions will come up. So that's what I'm trying to offer is like, yeah, the taxes are really fucked up, but also the inflation. Inflation. And so that's what I'm trying to offer is that like there should be a desire, I think, to like take care of the collective, but also being true to ourselves. And like as Tayana was saying, like we do deserve to prioritize ourselves, and that's another aspect of the space. Like I don't want anyone in that space worried that they can't contribute to rent. I want them to be confident that like, hey, this month I don't have money. I had some financial setbacks. How can I maybe show up in the garden? How can I show up in the kitchen? How can I show up in other ways? Like I want us to be able to have a conversation. Word, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like after like hearing about what happened with Ghazi and Black Hammer, I am honestly quite shy to be like saying that I want to put together a new collective. That's why for me, what I want to do is just be talking about this idea, and hopefully there will be people who reach out and say, "Hey, I like this idea. I want to talk about this idea." That will begin a community-wide conversation in my hopes, in my dreams, where we can all be equals in this desire to have this space. And so that's where I'm coming from. Exactly. Like once the household is set up, like I just feel like living in this house, like we've already made so many things that could be for sale. We've already done so many things that could be like adding up for us to get certain types of like, services or like this house already trades with other people. Like there's a person that my friends know that trades loaves of bread for all types of things. And so with that being said, like there are people already living the way that I want to live, which is like offering what they can and getting what they can. Oh, I appreciate you. I feel like making videos, like I like the idea of doing vlogs in the future for sure, cuz like I feel like I plan on being way more adventurous, like, and gathering information. Um, I slightly want to make a tiny mic show where I talk to people on the street. But I feel like I want to ask people really good questions. Like I really have a desire to ask people really deep questions and maybe in ways expose some ways of thinking that are important, to hear. But I don't know. I can't call it. Like the city that I'm moving to, it'll be really easy to get younger people's opinions on things. And so there is a part of me that wonders like what that looks like. But I'm also like thinking about doing like some more tarot in the park. And I don't know that everybody will want to be on camera during a tarot card reading. I do not know if that's like realistic, but there's a part of me that feels like I wonder if people would be interested in like a one card show with like random people. No idea, but like I feel like that's something that I've been thinking about because I feel like a lot of people are still trying to learn tarot, so am I. And I just feel like it's a way to kind of like start to learn how different cards can be used in certain readings, and how certain things can just be, it can just be part of the a larger conversation. Because I know for me, like when I pull certain cards and they mean something to certain people, I don't let that go. Like when I pull them again for myself or other people, I think about a lot of times where I saw that card before and what it was reminding me of. So I don't know. I can't call what's all happening next. I really wish I knew, but I'm kind of glad I don't. Because I would just have anxiety over it. To be honest with you, I would just not. I would not be able to. Yeah. Again, I'm trying to work on like letting go of expectation and just appreciating and celebrating where I'm at and what I have. So pray for me, bitch. I really want to bleach my hair. I really like the orange though. I'm not sure if I want to stay orange, but I'm thinking about it. And one of my besties is going pink, and asked me to go to the hair store with her on Thursday. I'm excited for her. I'm also going on a date tonight with Nat, which is really exciting. We're gonna go bird watching on this island, which is like there's like an island outside of the city, which is really cute. So I'm excited to do that. We're probably gonna get lunch. We might also hit the aquarium if we want to. Yeah, I feel like the red. I feel like the red was definitely a moment. I feel like red might actually be the move, low key. Just because everyone was calling me Ice Spice and I don't like that shit. It was bothering me. But I do think the red might hit. But I'm loving the orange so much. Ugh, I can't call it. There's a part of me that feels like I want to mix the red and the orange and just see what happens. Like there's a party that wants to mix both of the dyes and just see like if I get like a really cool color. I think I might do that because like I've never mixed them, and one of them is like it's like this red that's like kind of like magenta, and then the orange, it's orange as fuck. So I wonder. I'm gonna see. You said lavender. Lavender sounds cute as fuck. Lavender does sound cute as fuck. Yeah, no. There's a part of me that feels like I really can't wait for like my tips to get white, cause I feel like I might do blue when my tips get white, just so my hair looks like a cloud. Um, we'll see. We shall see. Like I might do the ends red and do the roots orange. I appreciate that. What up, Amira? I appreciate y'all. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing with my hair, but I'm trying to just wear it out more. And I still haven't thrown away my wig. I'm like, there's a part of me that's like, do I got to? And it's like, I really do. Like, I really do. It's just no longer. It's no longer how I want to look, and like I just feel like that's like such a thing. Like I just feel like wigs used to be such a default for me, and like I don't know. I just feel like I haven't. I don't know. I feel like that's the other thing too. Is like I feel like with my natural, I feel like more women are hitting on me now. Like I feel like men are hitting on me way less. Like I found that. So I'm like, oh, okay. The natural is giving gay. All right. Not for no reason. Oh, I'm definitely not gonna do the lemon juice trick because my ends are a little dead and they need to come back to life. My plan is to do the color and then do an treatment on top of it just to bring it back because It's looking alive, but I assure you it is dead. This is just some good product. It's just some good product in it. But yeah, no, the ends, ooh. And I did a cut on them, but it wasn't enough. Ooh, okay, long braids. I think I might do like some faux locks or some Senegalese. Cause there's a part of me that kind of wants like locks like down to my shoulder, like a lob. But there's also a part of me that feels like, I don't know. I feel like I've never had a whole summer where I didn't do braids. Like I feel like every summer I do braids. And so there's a part of me that's like, what if I don't do braids this summer? But I also feel like braids is such a style. Like I feel like braids grows your hair. Like every time you do your hair in individuals, it grows your hair and it keeps it from like shedding too bad. So there's a part of me that's like, maybe I should put in like a protective style right now. And then, cause yeah, it's gonna get hot as fuck. So I don't know. I don't know. I love Senegalese. I really want to get some orange Senegalese, but I feel like I'll have to get blonde and then dye the shit with some Adore. But we're gonna see, cause I would love to do a Senegalese, but I never have tried, and I'm scared because I feel like they always unravel. I don't know, bitch. We're gonna see. You're right. You're right. You're right. Like, no, I really do think that you're right, though. Like, I think I might want to do like some Marley hair though, and some faux locks though. Like, I think I might want to do that just to see. Cause I like the Senegalese, I do, but when they get raggedy, they get raggedy. I feel like faux locks, like they really live a long time with you, and I just feel like they really. You said some cornrows. Oh no! Listen, I'm trying to protect my forehead, bitch. This is a different type of sun. This ain't no Mediterranean sun, sweetie. Nah, cause the way my forehead, no, cause it be getting burned up in the corners. I'm not trying to get no, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to. You said shake it up. You're so cute. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna lie. I live for a good straight back, but I just feel like not for my head. Not for my head. I feel like I need some. I need a. You know. I don't know though. Like I don't know. I don't know. Like I just feel like the orange is so fun. But then there's a part of me that's like, bitch, get some green. I don't know. When I had green hair, I really liked it. But I remember this man got mad at me because I was like, do you like my hair? And he was like, I don't really like females with green hair. And I was like, I didn't really ask you that. I said, do you like my hair? And then he got mad as fuck. He was like, I told you, I do not like females with green hair. And I was like, so you don't like me? And he's like, it is what it is. I was like, girl. Dying. You said it's colorist and racist the same thing. Yo, thank you, Instapot. Honestly, yeah. Colorism is anti-blackness. Racism is anti-blackness. It is the same thing. Right, right. I don't know though. Like, I just feel like I'm just trying to like get more comfortable with my natural hair. Like, I feel like I don't know, bitch. I feel like I just feel like, as I said in my last video that didn't make it, unfortunately, I like a long, because I feel like it balances everything out. Like, I feel like big hair on me, it makes me look a little bit more proportioned. And I'm gonna just be so candid that like hair is honestly cosmetic surgery. I feel like if people don't want to take it there, they don't have to. But there's just something about putting on a wig that changes your whole shit. Like when I put on a wig and it's pulling, not Annie, bitch, I'm crying. I'll be that. I was thinking big perm. I was honestly thinking I was giving big perm. I mean big worm. I love Phase on Love. Um, but yeah, no. I'm just happy to be alive. But thank you for being here. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being a friend down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a friend and a confidant. Um, right. I'm just saying, like when you put on a wig, like it. First of all, it shadows your back. If you're a big back dude, you already know what I'm talking about. Once you put on that big wig, the back is small now. Low key, also if the wig is going like this down the back, it's low key giving you a waist. I'm not even trying to be funny, but like I literally took a picture recently and I didn't do nothing. I just put the wig on and was like this. And the way my body was turned, the way the wig was flowing, bitch, I had no back. Even though you could see like back rolls, cause like I had a dress that cuts out into a V, it still gave me such a waist. And again, if I were to take the same pose with my hair like this, it would not have hit. Bitch, I'm glad. I'm proud of you. Not you told her. You said, ma'am. Not I told her. And here's the thing, like wigs. I'm not trying to make it seem like you're a trickster if you're wearing wigs. I don't feel like that. What I think is for me and for my features and the wig textures that I was using, because I want to use I statements. Because I know it's a lot of people that wear wigs and might be feeling like, oh, are you saying that I'm catfishing? Not at all. I'm saying I was catfishing. I'm talking about myself right now. I'm saying that I was absolutely choosing certain textures and certain colors, certain cuts, certain, certain qualities. Absolutely. And I feel like, again, we see people who are wearing wigs and they're blending. Not sensational what ways. The Wilton one, you do not get enough credit for your wig. Just comedy. Just thank you. I really needed that. Not what waist. I'm just saying though, like if a wig is long enough and draped a certain way, it will really cut your whole back off. Like you'll be backless. You'll be backless, bitch. Backless. I'm telling you. And I'm not trying to drag nobody. I'm dragging myself. For again, just like not clocking all the ways that I was like actually trying to cash in on desirability. And again, who could blame any of us? You know what I mean? Like we know what it's like to not be cute. I feel like that's the thing about it. I feel like when people talk about a glow up, what is really being said is somebody was not looking as cute to you, and now they're looking cute to you, or they're engaging in like looking a certain type of way so that they can look cute to others. And I feel like that's absolutely what I was up to. Like I was absolutely like, people are gagging. I got it. I've got the formula. Again, it's funny in retrospect. It's funny in retrospect. At the time, I was like, oh my god, like I could finally be a cute girl on the internet. Whoa. Again, as someone who was a butch lesbian lunch lady as a child, I just, it really went to my head. Literally, the wig went to my head. And then, I morphed. Just went nuts. It was a good time. I had a good time. But not all the time, I feel like again, like taking the wig off, having to engage in my natural hair, I was not interested. I was more interested in gaining the desirability. And there were times where I would sleep in a wig. Absolutely. There were times where I just wished that the wig was mine. It was my hair. Absolutely. And again, I'm sharing this because I just want people to know there's no shame in like wanting to be desirable. There's no shame in wanting people to look at you with love in their face. I think honestly a lot of us have perhaps maybe not seen that, and I'm speaking for myself, but I think that there are people out there who know like when you put effort into how you look, people change up. And it's jarring. Some people don't know what that's like. Some people look how they look every day. For some of us, getting to the beauty is work. Beauty is work for some of us. It's very rare that anybody is just beautiful. Like people do a lot of work to get to the beauty. So please don't feel like it's just you. It's not. No, and see, like I feel like I don't want anyone to think that that's every person's journey. There's people that put on wigs and it's a protective style. I just want to be candid that for me, it was not. I was not protecting shit. I was absolutely just like, oh, like people are treating me better. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you grew up being a beautiful girl and you didn't need to enhance anything, this combo is probably not going to hit in the same way. And I don't mean that in a shady way. I just mean like being fat and like people like making it seem like, oh, you're gonna get to the beauty when you stop being a fat bitch, and me never stopping being a fat bitch but somehow getting to the beauty anyway. That's what I'm talking about, if that makes sense. Like the beauty that people don't think that they see in you naturally, innately, and then being able to go buy some shit and people treat you like you've gotten to it. That's a power, but it's also a drug. Cause it's like, if I gotta buy something for y'all to treat me good, bitch, how much will I spend? How much is it worth? I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about it. Woo! I don't even want to think about it. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. But again, the kindness that you're not afforded because people think you're ugly. Woo! It's such a vibe too. Again, like when like I've cosplayed as a beautiful girl enough to know that like if you don't do the labor, oh my god, they treat you like pure shit. Oh my god. Oh my god, bitch. Oh my god. Like when people want to fuck you, they're so nice to you. They're so nice to you. But let someone not want to fuck you, bitch. Oh my god, the way that they'll treat you like shit. The way people act like you are too close to them when they're not. But then the opposite, right? When you're the pretty girl, when you got the hair, the makeup, and everybody want to talk to you. Everybody want to talk to you. It's so sick. It's so sick because you be in the mirror painting on a version of yourself that you know people like more, and it's so sad. It's so sad, truly, because again, it makes you wonder like what I feel like at some point I started wondering like what could I get away with in terms of like could I do the wig no brows, could I do the wig no makeup, and just trying to figure out like what was it, and it's just the wig. Like honestly I could do everything the same, but if I put a wig on it's completely different. It's completely different. It's true. Like when people think that you're beautiful, or they think that you're beautiful and interesting, because like people be thinking I'm interesting, but if they're not thinking I'm beautiful with it, it's different. It's different. I feel like when the autism is bunked, I feel like when I'm being my regular looking self and my autistic self, people have way less care for me. Let me put on a wig. Like, oh, you're autistic? Really? I couldn't tell. I want to have sex with you. Low key, bitch. I feel like I'm gonna do stand up at some point because I have some good jokes. People be like, "Oh, my dick got hard when I saw you. You have autism?" I swear to God. Then I'd be fighting for my life, trying to prove I'm autistic. Out of control. But no, I can put on a wig with no makeup and get treated way better than if I go out with a full face of makeup and my natural hair. It is sick. But that's the thing though, like people bothering you is not just the only part of being beautiful. Like going into a place of business and going to get service, like when you look like you put money into your aesthetic, people will really reward you for that. And they'll also think that you have more money to give them. Yes. Oh yeah, weight loss. Yeah, weight loss will really have people acting real weird. It's out of control. Like I could tell I lost some weight when I first got here, and I started getting chunky again. Like I know I'm always chunky to somebody, but I'm just saying like I can tell when like my body is like losing. I can tell my body is gaining, and I feel like I'm in a place now where like I feel like I'm like back to like where I kind of was when I first got here. Mm, or when I like left this side of town, and I'm grateful, you know, because I was worried about myself for a little bit. Like I just feel like it's a difference between like losing weight like healthy and losing weight because of depression. The body don't hit right. It's not the same. Like I feel like I was looking like I was emaciated, bitch. I was feeling like I was wasting away, ho. Like depression when you're fat and you're not exercising, like oh my god, like I just feel like at this point that's part of why I'm trying to get in the joyful movement, because I just feel like my body has, I have lost weight and I could tell and I could see it, and I'm just used to being a little tighter, honestly. And I feel like most recently it's just been like really frustrating to like see your body in a way, and like I've never really looked at my body and hated it or thought anything too bad about it, but I do think that like losing weight has actually caused me some body dysmorphia, which sucks. Like actually like having like my body go from like super fat to a little smaller, it's definitely like made me feel like damn. Also, I got like a fucking weird boil on my belly, and like it left a scar, and I feel like my belly used to be perfect to me, and now I'm just like but there's a part of me that feels like I kind of want to use the scar to like make like a cute little tattoo, because like it like turned black, like it, like I feel like I have keloids, so like if I get a scar, I'm like my scar tissue is just like prominent, but because it turned black, I kind of want to do like a little sunflower like around my belly, which I think would be really fucking cute. But yeah, no, I'm just at a point now where it's like even my scars, like I'm like, oh, I could probably just like turn this into something else. And I think my friend would actually give me the sunflower tattoo, and I trust them. They have a steady hand, and I feel like they would make a really cute sunflower. Oh my god, I wish I had a Big Mac right now. Free Palestine though, honestly. Oh my god, I want a fucking orange lava burst. Jesus Christ. I want it. Damn. You know what? I actually do have a hamburger. Like there actually is a hamburger inside. I actually have two hamburgers inside. I think I'm gonna eat one. I actually am really excited about that. Ooh, and there's avocado. Ooh. And there's mayonnaise. Ooh. Ooh, and there's stuff to make like $1,000 dressing. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm about to fuck that up. And there's bacon, bitch. I'm about to make a little bacon burger. Right, I got the Colby Jack and melted on it too, like this. So it's coated in Colby Jack. I'm gonna cut it in half and like stuff it with avocado and bacon. And then we got brioche buns. It's gonna be so good. I'm gonna have to cut it in half. Listen, I feel like chicken and broccoli, you could zhuzh it up though. Chicken and broccoli, you could really zhuzh it. Like you could cut the chicken open, season your broccoli real good, maybe add some parmesan, and stuff it in the chicken, and then maybe tie it with some cooking string. And I will cook it low. I will cook it low and slow. I'll cook that shit on 200. Hell yeah. Obviously season the chicken too, but put some fucking olive oil on that shit, and then put it in the oven on 200. Like slow cook it. Should be falling off the bone. Exactly. No, bacon and avocado, like low key, bitch. I low key want to make a BLT. But I gotta eat that burger today, bitch. I made that shit 2 days ago, bitch. I feel like I can't wait no more days. I can't do it. I can't be getting booty worms, bitch. I'd be so scared. If I don't eat them leftovers within 2 to 3 days, bitch, I'm throwing it away. We not playing. Yo, oh my god, I have to tell you about this stock, my friend. Art, they made like this. Oh, this stock was so fucking good. I don't know all what was in it, but it was a vegetable stock, and they used like these earwood mushrooms. I don't know if that's the right one, but it was such a beautiful shade of brown. Oh, and we had a little bit of leftover mashed potato, and I mixed it with the leftover stock. I made the most delicious potato soup. It was fucking amazing, and it took me 5 minutes to do. Like I've been doing that a lot. Like if I have leftover mashed potatoes, I actually made gnocchi out of leftover mashed potatoes. Bitch, Just know that if you have leftover mashed potatoes, they don't have to be mashed potatoes that you made from scratch either. You can make dough, you can make noodles, you can make dumplings, you can make a soup. I'm obsessed. Like, so it was a lumpy potato, mashed potato too, with sour cream in it. So it turned this like really beautiful shade of like ox blood cream. Like, it was just so beautiful. And there were bits of like mushroom in it. They had put a lot of garlic in it too. Oh my god! I believe they also added some red wine. I would not be surprised if they didn't add some port. The color of it was just gorgeous, and the potato had little bits in it. There was still some bits of potato because I like it a little lumpy, and so oh, just the way that soup hit my spirit, bitch. Ooh. The only thing I would have wanted is if I had saved that fucking head of broccoli and threw some broccoli in the broth while it was coming back up and then added the potato. Because I feel like it needed a green, even if I would have chopped up some fucking cabbage, which I, again, regret. But it was fine for what it was. It was like yes, it was, oh, it's so gorgeous. It looks like wine, like in the jars in the fridge. And honestly, like, ugh. I want to make so much stuff. Like, my friend said they want to make shrimp etouffee, and they should low-key use that stock as like a fucking base, because that shit would fucking hit. Free Palestine, baby. I don't know, y'all. I'm dying. I dragged somebody today for going to Starbucks, but they were like, I got a gift card. I was like, flip that shit. You could flip that right now. Somebody buy it for you, but I guess no matter what, it's gonna be in the system. That was their thought process. But fuck Starbucks. Fuck them. But yeah, no, I appreciate you. Instant Pot Thought. You've really just chef's kiss. I really miss Hale. Hale is the other moderator. I miss them so fucking much. Like, we have not talked in so long. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people have been hanging out, like, or have had been like just like weird cis men energy, and it makes me so sad. Ooh, caramelized onions, bitch. And see, that's the thing, bitch. I could really make a good ass motherfucking grilled cheese. I don't know. I do not know. Honestly, YouTube is weird. I think it's because they said ho. My bad. But yeah, no. I'm just like, damn, if I get a burger. Yeah. Anyways, I appreciate y'all for holding space for me and listening. I'm gonna go grub. But yeah.